Okay, so the creator of Bleach has recently stirred up some controversy with some new additions he's made to the Bleach lore with the addition of some new characters. Some people is talking, some people might be a little bit outraged, some people might be a little bit upset about this whole scenario. Some people might actually be very happy. Right here, the happy side of things, you know, very much so hype and excited for this thing. But nevertheless, it's controversial and we're gonna talk about it. Because I mean, Bleach right now has just got everybody's attention with every move that Tite Kubo makes. However, there's also some very interesting stuff that went down as well in the world of anime and manga. Apparently, some of the top manga authors had this massive meeting. In case you missed it, we got some exciting fairy tale stuff to talk about. A rare but very exciting Fullmetal Alchemist story. I ain't gonna lie, I'm here for the fool. An update to the whole problem that Shonen Jump was having, and a little bit of a bonus story. But without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of Forever News. Let's do this, shall we? And before we continue, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get all notifications. I got you covered on these worlds of anime and manga news. If you hit them buttons, get covered, get updated. Let's go. Okay, people, yes, the world of Bleach is taking everyone's attention yet again because things is going down in a major way. And Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach, just continues to surprise everybody with some epicness, some controversial stuff, whatever you want to call it. Kubo always is taking everyone's attention with not really even necessarily trying to take everyone's attention. He just does, okay? Tite Kubo, let's just keep it real. Homie is goated. Homie is on top of things and making sure that you know that Bleach is that thing right now, okay? Because of course we got the 1,000-year Blood War final core that's incoming, right? We got the final season that is only what, like a week and some change away. Like we're not that far off from the final season beginning. We also still got the impending rumor / leak that happened that Bleach is returning to Weekly Shonen Jump with a brand new sequel series regarding the Hell arc. So we got a lot of Bleach stuff that's happening. But then on the other side of things, you know, of course there's some great mobile stuff. Like for example, just talked about the Soul Resonance game. If you're interested in that, the Bleach mobile game Soul Resonance is pretty hype. But there's this new Bleach game that is on the way, and I will say this, some fans are hypocrites. Let's just call a spade a spade. Some fans are hypocrites and a half, and I'm going to explain why here in a second. Because Bleach's creator, Tite Kubo, introduced some even more new characters to the world of Bleach. He started off with, we got those couple of characters that had that little trailer. I thought it was a blonde. It looked like a blonde at first. It still kind of looks a little bit, but it's actually, I think, maybe like a dark blonde or a brunette or something like that. And then they had the redhead, and it was like, okay, Kubo's cooking. He's introducing new characters. But then he comes with a whole new wave with these new characters, and one of them in particular, this one is definitely the blonde I was thinking of. It's causing a bit of a stir, and yeah. Let's read the information that we got, and we'll talk about the other side of things. And we'll take a look at these designs because, woo! Bleach creator reveals new Soul Reapers for new story set after 1,000-year Blood War. Bleach is kicking off a huge summer in just under a week from the time of this writing, and the creator behind it all is making things even bigger with some new Soul Reapers coming in a new story set after the 1,000-year Blood War. Once again, mind you, this whole new game, Bleach Mirrors High, is a brand new story that is canonical, that actually takes place after the 1,000-year Blood War, but before the final chapter of Bleach, which is also another time skip into the future. I want to say that this is where this takes place. Again, think like Naruto the Last, in between Boruto and the end of Naruto. This takes place there, and it's going to be canonical. It's actually official. This isn't just some filler or something like that. This story in this game, they're utilizing that, which it's a little bit of a cheat code, you could say, as far as to get people excited about this game. Like, hey, we're gonna get the original creator. He's gonna add some exclusive original characters to the story, to the mythos, and he's gonna make it canon. Like, that's how you get people to care, okay? Bleach fans have been eagerly anticipating the anime's franchise return this month, as it's finally adapting the final moments from the final arc of Tite Kubo's original manga release. But Kubo himself has been expanding on the franchise in some pretty big ways ahead of that. Bleach Mirrors High is a new mobile game that will feature a story set after the events of the 1,000-year Blood War, and they will be introducing some new characters to shake it up. Not only are there new self-insert characters that players will be able to customize, but there are 3 new souls who have been fully designed by Tite Kubo himself, and we'll check out the designs here in a bit. The 3 new characters coming to Bleach Mirrors High are Naru Jurina, as voiced by Fuka Izumi. I ain't gonna lie, for a second when I first saw that, I was like, Naruto? Like, yo, what are we doing here? But you'll see in a second. Jiro Hando as voiced by Shogo Batori, and Maiko Tokishima as voiced by Yu Sasahara. It's yet to be revealed what kind of role these new Soul Reapers will play in the coming story, but it's another reflection of how the overall game is moving the story beyond the events of the Thousand Year Blood War, thanks to all the other Soul Reapers' losses and shakeups to the squads during those intense battles. The ranks are building back up again. The original version of the Thousand Year Blood War arc actually skipped over the immediate aftermath of the war and went several years into the future for Ichigo Kurosaki and the others. While it was a fun way to end the series by giving fans a glance into their favorite characters' lives as adults, it does mean that there is a wider stretch of time left to explore that games and stories like this one could make a full use out of with its own original story. But again, it won't be too much longer before the final season kicks off the beginning of the end, as Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Part 4, The Calamity, will be making its debut on July 25th as part of the Summer 26 anime schedule. It will be streaming exclusively with Hulu in the United States and Disney Plus in international territories, and will be picking up right where the first 3 seasons of the series first began, as Ichigo and the others get into their final clash against Yhwach's own final forces. And again, it hasn't been officially confirmed, but you know, that whole thing that we talked about in the previous episode of that it looks, for some people anyway, troublesome that reports are coming in that it's probably only 10 episodes. So there's that discrepancy, because yeah, it says it has yet to be revealed how many episodes Bleach's final run of episodes will be sticking around for, but hopefully there will be a different kind of return for the franchise on deck as well. Bleach has been rumored to be returning with a full sequel series with Kubo later this summer in Shonen Jump, but we'll have to see whether or not that turns out to be the case over the next few weeks. Regardless, it's a great time to be a Bleach fan either way, and I concur with that immensely. Now, the thing that is getting a little bit stirring up a little bit of controversy, in particular one of the characters, because for the most part nobody's really saying too much negativity of the other two. We got Jiro Hando, looks like a cool design, honestly. Dude looks like maybe he got like a temper or something like that, and just looks like a pretty dope character. Not much really to say other than excited to see again what role he's going to play in the story, and what type of combat, and you know, what type of Shikai he's gonna have. Will he have a Bankai, things like that. And for noobs to this thing, in case you don't know what a Bankai is, just think like a Bankai is like everybody's special ultimate attack in Bleach. So like one person's Bankai might be that their sword turns into a missile, another person's Bankai might be that their sword turns into a giant freaking machete. It just depends on the person. Then there's Maiko Tokishima. Again, nobody's really saying anything. Kind of looks like a, I don't know, a little church girl or something, 2 braids. It looks like she got a Bible in her hand, something like that. Nobody's saying nothing about that one either. Fair as enough. But the one that some people may deem problematic is the blonde. That they done let the blonde into Bleach, baby. It's like, alright, yo, Naruto's success. By the way, this is all hyperbole before people say, wait, chill out. Naruto's success has been, you know, wonders, so we're gonna let some blondes into Bleach now. Because we got Naru Jurina, and her outfit honestly isn't really far off from something we've seen in Bleach before. Like, can we just be honest here? Like, yo, have you seen Matsumoto Rangiku and the way she be flaunting her things? You know what I'm saying? It's like damn near every time you ever saw her, she would just come into a scene and say, hey everybody, did you hear I got these big things right here? Because essentially this character's design, she's wearing like a swimsuit, and it's basically like, you know, you got the kimono looking thing on the sides, but she kind of has like a swimsuit, and she's an attractive blonde. But for some people, they may feel like it's a little bit too revealing or something like that. I guess I don't know. I don't see the big deal of it. Honestly, that is one of the characters I got most people talking. Honestly, if it wasn't for this particular character, I don't think anybody would, for the most part, be talking, especially to the level that they are now, about the other 2 new characters. So this blonde that they added into the Bleach, again, Naru, genuinely just curious to see what her role is going to be in this whole thing, how they're going to play her up. Clearly, there's a little bit of a fan service thing. It's like, okay, you know, this little hottie, little sweet hot thing is here to get everyone's attention and bring more eyes into this thing or whatnot, because some gameplay has come out. I want to say some people have had like beta testers of this thing or whatnot, and for the most part it's somewhat reminiscent of Dragon Ball Legends, like the gameplay wise, but honestly, that was a great game. There wasn't really anything to complain about that game. And in general, the whole selling point here for this game is not just necessarily the gameplay, which again, it looks fun, but it's more so this brand new story that you're getting that is original, that takes place in a time period that has been unexplored up until this point in Bleach, and the addition of these new characters, the 2 previous ones that we got announced, and then these 3, but in particular, of all of the 5 characters that Tite Kubo introduced that are brand new to the Bleach world or whatnot, Naru is the one that has everyone's attention, and Naru is the main attraction right now. Like, let's just be honest, the blonde got the goods right now that everybody's looking at. So only time will tell what, again, role that she plays in this whole thing. But regardless of what, yeah, a little bit of controversy, why not? It's the 1,000-year blood war. It's the end of the, you know what I'm saying, things is happening right now. We got a new game, Bleach, Mirrors High incoming. Like, yeah, let's do it. And for anybody that is, you know, like complaining, like, oh, it's too revealing, oh, I want it more, why can't you be a little more conservative? Stop at 5, as they say in Nueva York. I'm sorry, I just had to put that out there. Like, yo, if y'all be fawning over one, why can't, you know what I'm saying, let the blonde do her thing. Yeah, curious what you guys think about this. Which one is your favorite addition to this Bleach thing? Do you think that it's a big deal? Do you think that there should be any type of complaints or whatnot about this character, you know, being let into the Bleach world, so to speak? And your overall thoughts and expectations for this? Honestly, Tite Kubo, I mean, you know, everybody can miss, you know, whatnot, but so far he's just been batting a trillion and winning at everything. So props to Tite Kubo. Bleach Mirrors High is looking like it's probably going to be, at the very least, one of the most interesting and one of the best additions to Bleach as a whole in video game form because of this story alone. Okay, moving forward, this right here was something that I caught very much so early on when I heard about it, and I was just like fascinated by this news because of potentially what could come from it. In case you don't know, it's a rare sighting or a rare even thing to hear of, a rumor of multiple mangaka going out and you know, having a big feast, so to speak. So when you hear about that, you know, again, it kind of gets you even in your mind a little bit like crossovers, hello, you know what I'm saying, and what that could mean for the future when you get all these creatives together and you have them do something like this. Because an author, Masanori Morita, aka Roku Danashi Blues' author, posted about being taken for a dream meal by Eiichiro Oda to fulfill a 1-year-old promise. The meal was alongside part of the elite manga authors, and Morita drew a illustration depicting how the tough-looking gang walked to their taxis. Yesterday, fulfilling a promise from a year ago, I was taken by Oda to an absolutely dreamy meal that he treated me to. It was all stuff I've never eaten before, and it frustrates me that with my limited vocabulary, I can't express the flavors. Yo, do you ever have that happen when you're trying to describe anything in general and you just can't find, like, no words fit properly for how you want to describe something? I hate that, don't you? But everything was insanely delicious. Thank you so much. After the meal, the tough-looking crew heading to the taxi on foot. And you're probably thinking like, okay, so Oda was nice and took a young rookie mangaka out, or, you know, a not-so-known mangaka out for a meal. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. Why am I talking about Austin Powers right now? But if you recognize the magnitude of all of the authors that went, it wasn't just One Piece's creator. It wasn't just this, you know, rookie author. Again, that author from Roku Danashi Blues. Koei Horikoshi from My Hero Academia. I believe that's that's Jujutsu Kaisen. Gege Akutami, Jujutsu Kaisen. Dr. Stone's creator. I'm not sure if that's the artist or the author, but yeah. I'm not really Slam Dunk, is that Takehiko Inoue? Yo, bro, what? Shaman King's author? Of course, Eiichiro Oda, One Piece, and, you know, I'm sorry, you know, motherfucker got his biases, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker got his biases, I'm sorry. The author of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto, was there, bro. You guys, so, of the heavy hitters, and no disrespect to the other series and whatnot, because pretty much everything almost on this list of the creatives that showed up were heavy hitters. You got the creator of Naruto, creator of One Piece, Slam Dunk, Dr. Stone, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Shaman King, all of them going out for a meal. I hope that this inspires something great. I hope that this inspires and, you know, turns into something more than, oh, okay, they had, you know, the Last Supper, so to speak, type of deal. Like, honestly, it'd really be disappointing if you hear it's like, oh, okay, they all had a great meal and nothing came from it. None of them followed up. None of them collabed together. None of them did anything. Like, I get it. that they have this possibly bond and friendship, and of course that comes before anything of like, yo, that's their personal thing. But shit, if it's public, you know, if we hearing about these creatives that a lot of them we actually, you know, are really invested in, and we appreciate them, and we got love for them and all of that stuff, yo, let something good come from it. You know what I'm saying? Some new collabs, like, you know, maybe make some new manga, like something there. Come on, this is too good of an opportunity for nothing to come from it. Like, this is something where it's a springboard from, whether it be people exchange their information, people are gonna continue to talk. Maybe they had two people in this group had a great conversation. Hey, maybe Oda and Kishimoto had a great conversation, and they're gonna work on something together for a little Naruto One Piece crossover. Something there, I hope, comes from this. Other than, first and foremost, I just hope that they had a good time. Like, genuinely, like, please let them enjoy. These authors go through more than most people will ever understand in 50,000 lifetimes of what these creatives go through. I wish Tagashi was there, but Tagashi, you know, Tagashi, like, I'm gonna stay home, you know what I'm saying? Tagashi. But yeah, honestly, this was iconic. This was a major deal, and shout out to the artists that get on board too to capture this moment. Like, maybe you didn't get a picture, everybody would have loved a picture or whatnot, but shout out to the people that actually put in work to create art, drawing. You know, whether you got to utilize a little bit of AI to take your creations to the next level, whatever it is, I'm here for it, and I'm happy to see this as a whole. It's like, more crossovers, more collaborations, please. Okay, moving forward, Fairy Tail related news. Over here, we appreciate Fairy Tail. Over here, and also, I've always, on a side note, I know, like, yo, you're supposed to be talking about the news. What are you getting in side notes? But I've always appreciated the way Fairy Tail is spelled. Because, you know, a fairy tale, like a fake story, is spelled Fairytale. But Hiro Mashima has always spelled fairy tale Fairy, fairy, Tail. So it's not spelled like a fake story, but more so a fairy tale. And I remember he kind of gave a description maybe a while back. I got to take a look and look into it, whatnot, why he did that. But nevertheless, I've always appreciated that you know, that little extra effort that Hiro Mashima puts in to do something into his own flavor, his own unique thing. I'm just saying. But regardless of what, for starters, we got a big announcement that Fairy Tail by Hiro Mashima is teasing 4 new announcements for its 20th anniversary. What's the next big news? Because, well, in case you don't know, there was a massive update which I kind of didn't really get too much into. We talked a little bit about the whole scenario of Hiro Mashima's back and forthness of, at the end of the day, the reality of Natsu and Lucy and what Hiro Mashima really wants to do with them, but you know, whatever. Because in case you missed it, it was announced a while back, but I kind of want to talk about it again, that Fairy Tail is returning with a new revival series from original creator. Fairy Tail announced it's officially coming back with a brand new series. It's a short-term series, mind you, with the original creator behind it all. Hiro Mashima's Fairy Tail is one of the most popular action franchises of all time. Not only has Mashima been able to take that success and expand on it with a number of different projects in the years since it came to its end, but both the manga and anime releases have been received quite well. Now the creator is poising a comeback with a new take on the series for the first time in many years. Fairy Tail might currently be in the midst of its official sequel series, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, but notably it's only written by Hiro, and with art instead provided by Atsuo Ueda. But as part of the celebration of Fairy Tail's original debut in Kodansha's weekly Shonen magazine 20 years ago, Mashima is returning for a brand new Fairy Tail serialization that he will both write and illustrate. The first details have been revealed for this new project too, along with a special trailer and poster celebrating Fairy Tail's 20th anniversary. And I want to say, like, because of all the excitement and everything, people are so hyped for this thing that it's actually happening a little bit earlier. The Fairy Tail return is happening a little bit earlier. I think it was initially announced that it was going to happen in August, but a brand new short-term Fairy Tail manga series titled Fairy Tail Fantasia begins July 29th in Weekly Shonen magazine. This standalone miniseries celebrates the 20th anniversary of the franchise and marks creator Hiro Mashima's direct return to writing and illustrating the series. And of course, this new project is separate from the ongoing sequel Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Yeah, initially it was supposed to be August 5th or somewhere around there. And honestly, I am more than beyond hype and excited for this thing. I'm ready for Fairy Tail return. I heard rumor that it was going to focus more on Luxus, but it's still Fairy Tail, and at the end of the day, I'm sure the characters are going to be involved. And this person right here actually wants to get reinvested in Fairy Tail again. Kind of want to go back and check out Fairy Tail. They got the 100 Years Quest series or whatnot. I really want to take a look into that. Like, as this person gets more back into their anime and manga bag, stuff like that is really appealing. And again, Hiro Mashima being behind this whole return or whatnot. Fairy Tail stocks is going up. Hopefully, if this thing is successful enough, Hiro Mashima might take a second look and be like, yo, doing a new manga be cool, but people actually really want more of this Fairy Tail. And if he ever makes Nalu canon, you know, there's that as well. Yeah, Fairy Tail on the rise, and look out for future episodes of Forever News where I've got some more Fairy Tail related stuff I want to talk about. Then, pretty quick update, but very exciting stuff. In case you don't know, the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist, Hiromu Arakawa, has a new series out, Demons of the Shadow Realm, I want to say. And honestly, from what's been watched so far, it's really good. It's very heavy on the action. It's different from Fullmetal Alchemist. Like, yeah, some of the designs are reminiscent, but it's different from Fullmetal Alchemist, but really much so enjoying it. And it seems as though people are still investing in even Fullmetal Alchemist. The Full continues to win because Fullmetal Alchemist hits major milestone years after finale. Fullmetal Alchemist released the last episode of its anime revival, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, in 2010. Being bereft of the Elrics for decades, the Hiromu Arakawa created series is still hitting milestones. Most recently, Arakawa's latest manga, Demons of the Shadow Realm, has become a hit on the small screen thanks to Studio Bones' anime adaptation, which surely gave its predecessor a sales boost. As of earlier this week, it appears that the number of manga copies of Fullmetal Alchemist in circulation has once again hit new heights, and there is plenty to celebrate in this world of alchemy. Fullmetal Alchemist has reported that it has now 90 million copies of its manga in circulation, which is quite the achievement considering it wasn't released in the pages of Weekly Shonen Jump. While this is far from the same heights enjoyed by the likes of Dragon Ball, One Piece, which have hundreds of millions of copies in circulation between them, this does put it within striking distance of some familiar franchises. Hunter x Hunter has a little over 100 million copies in circulation. That was just announced. And honestly, yeah, major congrats to Fullmetal Alchemist hitting a milestone like that. Again, when you're not in Weekly Shonen Jump, but you still manage to pull those type of numbers, that is very impressive. Massive shout outs to this author. And then also we got an update on a story recently that we covered regarding Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 33, where basically scalpers were hunting this One Piece exclusive card that was released in the magazine, and nobody could find this issue of Weekly Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump came out and apologized, and we got all sorts of stuff, so let's just read. Apology and notice regarding Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 33. Thank you as always for reading Weekly Shonen Jump. Regarding Weekly Shonen Jump number 33, released July 13th, many readers were unfortunately able to purchase the magazine. We sincerely apologize both for the overwhelming demand and for the confusion this caused at bookstores and convenience stores across Japan. In response to this situation, we will implement the following measures. A special reprint edition of the print version of Weekly Shonen Jump number 33 without the bonus promotional card will be made available through made-to-order sales on the Jump character store. Further details will be announced through the official Weekly Shonen Jump social media accounts and other channels once preparations are complete. Regarding the V-Jump October issue bonus, the bonus One Piece card Charlotte Pudding, oh no, not pudding, thank goodness, originally scheduled to be included with V-Jump October issue, has been canceled. Oh, they canceled the pudding. Oh, the pudding play ain't happening. Haha. However, the previously announced Everyone Wins mail-in campaign for the Straw Hat Crew's 3 strongest set cards will proceed as scheduled. And yeah, once again, the author of Blue Box that was affected by this whole issue not being able to be picked up, because like I said earlier, so many scalpers were buying the magazine that regular customers, people that actually wanted Weekly Shonen Jump that are invested, had issues, you know, getting to the product, so to speak. And that also housed the final chapter of Blue Box, the basketball romance sports thingy-majig series. Weekly Shonen Jump number 33 will be available through made-to-order sales, as said recently. I apologize for the inconvenience, but please check the official announcement that will be released later. It's already out. By the way, I'm not feeling the kind of shock people might imagine, like, I can't believe it's the final chapter. It's more that when you're sad, I'm sad too. So I'm simply hoping that the reader's feelings can settle down, even just a little. On the other hand, I am angry at the people who are buying up large quantities of magazines only to throw them away afterward, and I want to strongly condemn that behavior. As I said, yeah, personally, I find that to be disgusting. Like, yo, you going, yeah, okay, you want the card, why are you throwing away the magazine? Like, you could literally give those magazines away, you could literally resell them. Yo, those magazines have so much value outside of Japan. People love Shonen Jump so much and are so saddened that they can't get the physical product of it. Like, why throw them away into the streets, and why I'm not gonna start getting into rant about scalpers, but yeah. So even though the Blue Box finale was kind of overshadowed by this whole event of everybody going for that card or whatnot and the magazine and whatnot, Shonen Jump is taking measures to prevent that. They're stopping any sort of other plays that were in motion to wreck things. If you weren't able to get it, look into it. Oh, and before we go, I just got one bonus story because people always want to get more closer to Japan, or they want to get more closer to, you know, this whole Shonen Jump stuff. Well, apparently Shonen Jump is available, and I'm not talking about the magazine, but maybe more so some of the experience, because according to this, apparently Del Amo is getting, or has, some Shonen Jump shop or something. In case you don't know about Del Amo, it's a place in California. Shonen Jump shop has finally opened today at Del Amo Fashion Center. Don't miss your chance to shop for special items and celebrate your favorite Jump titles with us. You'll have to visit us to find out. And again, it started July 1st, 2026, and it ends March 28th, 2027 at Del Amo Fashion Center. Yeah, if you want some Shonen Jump, I guess Shonen Jump is making his way to Del Amo. But yeah, that's all I have for this episode of Forever News. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Tim. As always, people, have an awesome day. Remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. We're restoring the feeling, but 10 times better. Happier days, better days. Peace in.